I want to talk about winning and losing seasons today. I was listening to one of my devotionals, as I love to share the different things that I listen to. You know this. But y'all, I was listening to this devotional, and you might be going through a season in your life right now where you feel that you just can't win. And I think this is important because when we go through and when we experience losses, it prepares us. It makes it so that when we do win, it's that much more meaningful. Yeah, is it fun to win a lot? Is it fun to win all the time? Absolutely. But a lot of times when we look and we compare our journeys with other people, all we see is winning. They don't talk about the losses, they don't talk about the struggles, and you don't get to see that aspect of the journey. And so you think that all they're doing is winning. Where the reality is, very rarely is there winning without some sort of loss. And when you lose again and again and again, it prepares you it makes you a little bit more humble. I would hope so. It makes you a little bit more humble. It brings that humility into the playing field, so that when you do win, you can win with grace, you can win with humility, you can win with that knowing that what you've worked for and all those losses mean so much more, because you now get to experience what this winning is like. Y'all, I feel like we think it's unacceptable to lose. We think that losing means utmost failure. We think that losing is the end all of everything, and it is not. It can be the beginning of greatness. Losing allows you to learn lessons and to learn things about the journey that you may not have otherwise picked up. And I think it's really important that we have a balance between the winning and the expectations, and in the lessons that can be learned with losing. When you're raising kids, do you want them to win all the time? Sure, probably. The competitive side of me wants them to win all the time. Absolutely. But I think about all the things that they have to gain when they lose. I think about the moments and the character building that happens when they lose. If you're always on a losing team, it just means that you guys need to keep working together and improving to improve. So y'all, this is why parenting and business and sports, I love this, because when you are part of a team, when you play a sport together, it's not just about you. When you are raising your kids and you have to allow them to make mistakes to learn the lessons, it's not about you. It is about the lessons that need to be learned. And so when you're part of a team, you can work together and you can fight through it, you can struggle through it, so that you can come out on the other side and enjoy the victory together. And then when you are parenting and when you're watching your kids grow and they are making the mistakes and they're learning from those mistakes, they have to make those mistakes in order to be able to learn the lesson from it. If they miss out on the ability to learn the lesson from it, when they get to those bigger points in their life and they're making bigger decisions, those bigger decisions come with much costlier outcomes, right? So you have to be aware that if you're not allowing them to make those mistakes now, it's going to cost down the line. But y'all, the losing season is something, because a lot of people cannot lose with grace. A lot of people cannot lose with dignity, and that is shown because when you watch somebody, you can see this when you're watching athletes. They lose in a way that's just really gross. They don't have good sportsmanship. They don't display good sportsmanship and whatnot. And so that is a lesson to be learned as well. I always tell my kids that when they win, I want them to enjoy the win. But when they lose, I want them to still hold their head high, because it's so important that they know that a loss does not define them, that there's another opportunity on the other side the next time they come across something, And that's the thing with opportunities, is they're all around you if you're looking for them. But the losses don't define you. The losses just are going to build character. The losses just teach you a thing or two. Hold on, I gotta let the pup back in, y'all. So make sure that what do you have, Bruno? Make sure that you don't let those losses define you either. Bruno, are you ready to come on in? Good boy. I don't know what you have in your mouth there, but long as it's not alive, we're okay. Can I take that from your mouth, Bruno? Thank you. Okay, it's a piece of straw. So my friends, don't compare your journey to other people's highlight reels. Comparison is such a thief of joy. We live in this age and world of social media where people get to share all of these things, and you sit there and you watch and you're so enamored by them, and you just think down on yourself because they're sharing wins and you might be sitting through a long, gloomy season of loss and of struggle. But you know what? That makes your victory that much more precious. That makes your victory that much more enjoyable. That makes it taste that much better when it's your turn to win. And there's something about winning when you've experienced losses before. There's something like being a fan of football. There's something about being a Chiefs fan and going through year after year after year after year after year of loss and heartache and defeat. That made 2 Super Bowls ago that much more so special. That made going to the Super Bowl this last year that much more special, because how many seasons in your life do you get to experience repeat victories at that level, even if you didn't go all the way? And so you got to take this with you, and you've got to know that when you are losing, don't compare your loss to other people's wins. Don't compare that, because they cannot be compared. This is the apples to oranges, and you have to know that there's your lesson to be learned so that when you win, you get to enjoy that win that much more so. So take that with you, and take that, and as you are looking around you, as you are building and growing towards your goals and your dreams,